Hello and welcome to another video here with Berytos. It is turn 22. Like I said in the last video, unfortunately, I did also have the same error come up where we lost my voice. So we're gonna go ahead and watch the video. Like the last one, I am I didn't even rewatch the video first. We're just going right into it, and I can't do my password as always. So yeah, we went ahead and negotiated with Helheim. We gave him like 3 turns worth of income off the province. He said that there was some concern that he's fighting with, I believe it's Pan, and he wasn't sure maybe it would get raided, but we end up not having any problems. And we go ahead and we have secured our wasteland. So that's step 1, right? We now can be a viable Berytos. We're not there yet. We need to get the blood economy and the Sayir going, but we can now be a viable Berytos. We also got a death gem, which is awesome. And you can see the Windspire. We're going to have to give some air gems back. Oh, it's not Pangea, it's Satis. So we have to be willing to give some income and some of those gems back over to him. But we're going to go ahead and put up a palisade here. And it looks like I did, in fact, come up with the right logic here, not to bother on the throne. And instead to go and do it here, which I think makes a lot of sense. For the reasons we discussed last time. Excuse me. Now, the problem here is, of course, that we've actually moved our army even farther away, right? Now it's going to take another... with the road here, I don't remember, unfortunately, I obviously can't click to check if it takes 1 or 2 turns. I think it takes 2 turns in the winter here to make it back to that forest. There's a horror cult taking root. That was my bad. Someone in the game chat eventually is like, who let the horror cult proliferate? And it's like, oh, yeah, you know, happens. Another air gem, some turmoil, some dominion loss, so not very good events. I guess that's the horror cult. Okay. Yeah, horror cult, my bad. Nature gems are nice, though. And we're starving in that wasteland because it's a wasteland. That's just sort of how that ends up going. We can see that there's definitely a Lankan army down to our south. That's a lot of Palankasha, I think is what they're called, and some monkeys. So that's a little bit dangerous. But we'll see how that goes. We can see there's Rus up to the north, has taken out the Lamia province. I know people eventually commented that you can, in fact, get a wolf pelt, an artifact off that Lamia province, but I did not know that at the time that we were doing this. So, I didn't know it by the time it was already taken. So I have no idea if Rus knows that or figured it out, or if they actually got the wolf pelt off of it. But no, I'm sure they'd be lucky if they did. I think that pause there was probably me looking up what the horror cult does. If I had to guess. So we're going to go ahead and keep moving our brides out, I think, to site search. Brides are obviously excellent site searchers, 4 paths, some of them quite high. We keep producing our colossi. We are producing some number of our research mages. I think that we probably need to be trying to get more Baratin sages going. Now that we have the wasteland, we need to get our blood economy up. And we're not quite there yet. Now, to do that, we of course need, not only the blood hunters, but we also need patrollers. We don't have a great source of patrol chaff right now. That's definitely something that I found with Berytos that you have early on. I think you can have some struggles with. You can make terracotta warriors with fire gems. You can make call the winds with your air gems, but kind of expensive way to get patrol chaff. We don't have... Now, in this case, we've obviously found death mage and some death gems, so we could potentially reanimate, which is nice. But it's not part of the nation. And ditto, you don't have any nature mages to do excuse me, to do like wolves or Mazakim. So, and obviously when you have to patrol with human troops, that's costing you income from having those human troops around. So that's tough. Not where you want to be if you don't have to be. But there's a couple pieces for the formula to put together to actually start successfully blood hunting. think this is me trying to figure out who can't move fast. And I'm looking for, I think I'm looking for the patrol. The patrol, oh no, not looking for patrol strength. All right, I'm not sure what I'm looking for here. But in any event, I appear to be confused. So we're going to go ahead and move these troops back. We're going to put this palisade together. I don't know why the whole army is being left with the bride. I think that's probably a mistake. But she's going to search. This is a greedy search, right? This army should have, needs to move home as soon as possible. I don't think I can really justify that search. We're at most going to find, if we are absolutely insane, we found, 4 or 5 gems, and it's going to take us an extra like 2 or 3 turns to move a bride from the capital over there, because they've got pretty good map movement and there's a road. I think that's a big mistake on my part. I don't have any naps, so this Russian army is certainly very dangerous looking. They could waltz right on in. They also could move into the the connection between our column and the next one, and sort of cut us off there by taking out those tribesmen. Yeah, so we went ahead and went right into blood here, and I think I spoke last video. I think this was probably a touch too aggressive. I think it would have made more sense to research some other targets and then have the blood be sort of just in time to start the Seer. Now, it will take even longer, right? So we need to get all of our blood economy up and running. We need to... We're going to go ahead and cast Dark Knowledge here. We're going to aim, obviously, for provinces that have higher chances of having stuff, like our forests and our mountains and caves. But those Seir are going to have to not only be, we have to get the blood economy, they have to be summoned, and they're all the way on the other side of this mountain range. So it's going to take the Serum a long time to get back to help us in a war as well. So I think that we absolutely needed to secure the province, but I think I tried to transition, or I'm trying to transition here into the Serum a little bit too soon. I think that we probably have other research targets that we could be doing a little bit more aggressively. I'm recruiting the wrong troop here. I think that I should be recruiting the Bone Tribe, and we're recruiting the Javelin guys. I think that's a mistake. We also could have considered, archers for like going up to flaming arrows at some point, although we're not really there yet. But that would be a more I'm recruiting these light infantry, and they're just not very good. We're not expanding anymore. I think that all my human troops should either probably be the Bone Tribe, or should be archers that we can then have a dual purpose of they can do some amount of patrolling down for blood hunting, and then we can use them for flaming arrows in whichever our first war is. So probably the wrong troop to look at, but we know there's conflict between Satis and Helheim, and we're just trying to stay out of it. We've got to deal with our own column here first. This is me trying to think of, well, what are we going to do about if these 160 units move with their Father of Winters onto our fort? And the answer here is we're not going to be able to do a whole heck of a lot. We need to bring all of our troops back if we're going to be able to fight that. And instead, I think that I just site searched. So I'm not really sure. And I'm researching blood, which isn't going to help me in this fight. So I think this is some dubious decision making, sort of watching this in retrospect. We are going to get a blood thorn, or no, not a blood thorn. A sanguine dowsing rod. Get that started. Definitely want those for our blood economy. We've picked, we went up to construction 4, and then going right for blood is a fairly greedy line. We don't have any thugs or any thug chassis until we get to blood 6 for Melkarts. So we're not going to be able to put a lot of construction to good use. I would say the main construction item that we could look to use is actually lifelong protections. Oh, good. I appear to have come to my senses. Okay, so now we have at least some plan. If they get attacked, we're going to move our army and look to fight. We're going to go ahead and check what our options are. We're going to keep researching blood, it looks like, which is, again, I think probably not the best decision we've made. I don't remember what I'm checking here. Maybe we're probably looking for their bless is what it is. I think we might be able to fast forward this just a tad. Yeah, we're making our troops. We're going to try and recruit our Stormcaller. We're going to finish recruiting our Stormcaller. That's excellent. He's a great combat mage, but we might need him. Coming up real soon here. Sulfur Haze is a very good spell. Definitely one of the ones that we're sort of looking at being able to cast. We have, I don't remember if we have, I don't know that we have any fire resistance in our bless. If we do, it's only a little bit. So kind of can be a bit dicey with the Sulfur Haze. You can hurt our own troops a little bit. We'll go ahead and check out the skin shifting chodes. Very dangerous. But we've got a relatively large bless. It's not a hell bless by any means, but we have defense +5, I think. So, we're gonna hope that our 50-something sacreds, backed up by some light infantry, can make the difference here. We unfortunately don't have anything in the way of enchantment or alteration to really support them. It'd be really nice to have. We have Legions of Steel, which is great, but we don't have Strength of Earth. Or Strength of Giants, which would be pretty nice. So I think that there's some research priorities that could be reprioritized. Sort of looking at this, obviously from quite a bit in the future for when this video was made, or this original recording was done. Agony is a great spell. It's true. We did want to go to Blood 2 for Agony, and then Imps on Blood 1. So I think going to Blood 2 is maybe fine here. Agony is a great spell. Now, we don't have really right now the communion infrastructure to support it. I think that you want to have a pretty high level when you're going to cast it. So I think Blood 2 is okay. I think though that queuing up Blood 3 and 4 is greedy as it currently stands. But I think this is about where we can go ahead and call it. I don't think I'm going to do anything real clever for this last minute here. I can jump forward a little bit, but I think I'm just doing my outro. So thanks everyone for joining me. This hopefully should be the last video in this style, and hopefully it wasn't too jarring. So we'll stop in next turn and see if we are going to get absolutely whacked by our good friends to the north, the Chud Skin Shifters of Rus. So thanks everyone for joining me, and have a great day.